All right, so this video is gonna be on all the multiple choice and then number 11 because it ends up to be a good fit. All right, so let's go talk about this. One, I want to see that we are collecting data. All right, and so the way we collect data is not through a simulation, and it's not with a census. It's either a sample survey, an observational study, and an experiment. So which one of these is it? And do you see that they want to get people's opinion? So it's going to be a sample survey. All right, so now let's look at number 2. And they're talking about how 8% of the teens rank Napoleon Dynamite as their favorite movie. So number 1, number 1 is correct, that the population of interest is U.S. teens. Right, because they said that right here. Okay, 8% is a statistic. Okay, so they got that from it's the data they got from their sample. The data they get from their sample is a statistic. That's what they told us, so that is true. And the sampling design should provide a reasonably accurate estimate of the actual percentage. That is true too. Now, I meant to show that with the M&Ms and the bear hunt. We just ran out of time and it didn't happen. So all 3 of those are true, so the answer to 2 is E. Okay, now let's look at number 3. And we're talking about surveying 3 high schools in the district, each with grades 9 through 12. The school board pulls all the students together and randomly samples 250. Is this a simple random sample? Okay, and it is yes. It is yes. I have down that the answer is B. Because what is the definition of random? Everybody has an equal chance. Okay, 4 has to do with a simulation. And they're talking about 70%. So because it's a multiple of 10, we can use 1 digit. Okay, and so let's go through here. Let 0 and 1 represent making the first shot. 2 and 3 represent no. It's about making and missing. It's not shot, so it's not 1. Okay, 2. Let 0, 1, and 2 represent a missing shot, and 3, 4 represent a making shot, which gives me 70%. This gives me 30%. So far, that's good. Generate 5 random numbers between 0 and 9, and count how many numbers are between 3 and 9. That sounds good. Let's see what 3 says. So again, 0, 1, and 2, that's 30%. 3, 4, 5, 9... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is 70%. Generate 5 random numbers between 0 and 9 and count how many numbers are in 3 through 9, ignoring repeats. Okay, so repeats, remember what I told you. That is like if I could invite so many people over to my house and I pick a person. Once I pick that person, I can't pick that person again. That's when we can't do repeats. So 3 is out, so 2 is the answer. Okay, let's go to 5. Now here we're talking about dogs with thyroid problems. Okay, they kept their records for several years to see if they develop it. This is, okay, hopefully you realize that this is not an experiment and it's not a survey. Now I didn't tell you what a prospective and a retrospective study is because AP doesn't care about that. So you could either do C or D. Either answer will do. Okay, so number 6, we're talking about biases. You need to know the name of your biases. All right, and so here we're talking about a chemistry professor, and he wants to know how he can make his class more interesting. So he asks students who attend his class to survey. All right, so if you say voluntary, I will accept to you because maybe the students are coming up or not. But it's also going to be undercoverage because he didn't ask the kids who aren't in his class. So it's either A, it's either A or D. All right, let's go here to number 7. Why do we use placebo? Because it helps with blinding. Okay, double blinding, that's when the person taking the pill and the doctor don't know what's going on. So that's the doctor is the evaluator, the participant is the person taking the pill, and no one knows. Somebody has to know. So it's 1 and 2, so the answer is D. Which of the following is not required for experimental designs? And the answer is E. All of those guys are part of experimental designs. You need to know that. Okay. Okay, number 10, I think is an interesting problem here. And they say that researchers believe that men and women may react differently. That means variation, correct? And here they also say that what will act differently is whether or not the hair is dyed or not. So again, that implies variation. Now, how do we reduce variation? By blocking. So the answer is going to be E, because we're going to block by gender and by hair dye, and then the only thing that's left is the shampoo type. That's going to be our factor. Okay, since we're down here at number 11, let's go talk about it. So there will be a question like this on the test, and I already talked about it. And the deal is here, they ask about, what do you think about the headline? Was it appropriate? And I'm going to say it's not. And it's because since there is no treatment, this is an observational study. An observational study. And what can we say about, and there's no conclusion. Can't make conclusions on observational studies. You need to know that. Okay? Great.